You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there! Want to grab a copy of the Steambird? We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no, isn't that Charlotte?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Pretty shocked. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the eunuchs getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious. Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material. If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding! Ah!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
So busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kinich.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kinich the speechless! Kinich the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the traveler instead?
Charlotte never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That ow thing that popped.
Oh, that thing. Yeah. Now.
Huh? What's up with him? Like, he's still
Could be.
not acclimatizing?
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you...
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine City limits during the first 3 days of each.
Paimon sure does! Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kinich holds onto a how's tail...
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But a how wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium... If you're free, why don't you come along? I know where it is, so let me lead the way. Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, Oh, this is awesome!
Yeah. It was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House. There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da! But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away. Well, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right, the unlucky one. Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of... I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film...
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like...
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all my life savings into it too!
Huh? You've got to be kidding. Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid... If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart!
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant? You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be! And another thing, small, I shall have you know that I am Kahula-How, forebear of ancient wisdom. I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please.
Idiot meets idiot.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon, how have you been lately?
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me?
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. How. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his, Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon...
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive?
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night. Honestly, thank heavens! After all, I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia hoping she could lend a hand. After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement, as you can see. I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about... In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right! The one and only Surinton. After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend. Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity.
It's been a while since we By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline...
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught up. Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance...
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident... As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to, say, throw in one of those fancy...
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss Escoffier, to run our theme restaurant. Look over there!
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her.
You little... What's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary. The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. The ones that leave their guns behind by accident and then come back to collect them later, bringing ammunition with them.
Customer you wouldn't forget.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the men.
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box. It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though.
Oh?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it?
That's what I assumed at first. but the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to right the lost and found note. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marisha. And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... How dare you turn your nose up at my...
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah.
It's a bit hard to describe, if you ask me. Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch. Something like...
Whoa, it's so neat and precise!
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my... I know, it doesn't really look like a gun, and it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed...
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
I should be the one thanking you!
Don't mention it. Besides...
Not at all! The buzz and Oh dear, I'm starting to... But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration!
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun. Correct. It's most likely an old weapon. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this time is of the essence. So I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions. Perfect. Then we can head... Or, if you want to catch up with your friends...
More speed.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew? It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy.
Long-term operations? Strategy? We spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures. Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run. As you can the speed the upgrade so as we attract more guests, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer
So we'll be which cut. Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler? Yep. Come on. You mentioned standardized strategy.
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And if we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble. And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think,
wow, if we're the first ones but if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great. Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. All right, then. Let's start with... Both of you seem even more excited than before. Looks like your...
Paimon hasn't actually watched that.
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly what our enthusiast friends were hoping you'd say. They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about the films that inspire. Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own pockets. Where budgets have allowed, of course.
Out of their own pockets?
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental fees, many fans have personally funded promotional materials and related merchandise. The cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started. Take our official mascot, Sir Intendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last most popular character poll for the comic film category. and was even dubbed the pinnacle of round. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image, using the highest quality fabrics and hiring the most skilled artisans to mass produce them. These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products. Don't worry. As Surintendant Cheval Moran's guardian and official image rights agent, Farina's already getting 60% of the sales revenue. After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily, not for profit, but to promote Surintendant Cheval Moran's adorable image. The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better Surintendant Cheval Moran's meals will be. And
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. Everyone working hard for something they all love without worrying.
still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. The same logic applies to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our attractions can officially be... There's plenty of work to do at the various booths. And there's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications, and each candidate has their strengths. Our job is to match the best candidates to each attraction based on their overall performance. Once assigned, the staff will keep the attractions running.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first for us. Just don't hold everyone up to your own standards, okay? You can't expect everyone else to be as capable as you. Alright, time to review some resumes. Fingers crossed we'll get some exceptional candidates. Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
You're both doing great. You sound more like bosses than I. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is now officially open. Running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it. We're just about done with our current work setup, so... Well, the numbers might not look that. Building on this momentum, to draw in the crowds, I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs, my good friend Escoffier. She'll be performing right here in the
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy?
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water create a stunning back... Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check. Looks like...
Hey there, Escoffier!
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rosula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say, you seem a bit overqualified to be running a film-themed amusement park.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former head chef of the Hotel de Boer.
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each cycle, right?
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier. Using Escoffier's top-tier dishes to attract... But this isn't just about attracting visitors. Her culinary... Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single ticket...
Then Paimon come every single day.
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be based on research by a certain food branding consultant. So give me some inspiration every few business cycles. Now then, give me your hand. A warm and energetic feel. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. Alright, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form. I've refined the sauce for these barbecue ribs. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing aftertaste. Perfect for indulging yourself after a fun-filled day. But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
The artisan?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these as their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why not invite them to dine here? Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh? If I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for the porters over at the Fleuve Cendra. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5. And then, because they clocked out early, they'd come back completely refreshed the next day.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the artisans over while these ribs are still hot. I'll prepare some side dishes and desserts too.
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation, Escoffier! Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check in with you regularly. The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic...
We should be able to...
That's right. And it... What? That should be everything. Looks like you've pretty much...
Huh? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't we?
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scary prospect the first time I mentioned it, huh? But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time. Even if you're not a genius.
Whoa, seeing your own progress has really got Paimon fired up! Actually, she's gonna jot. From here on out, we'll be running the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland together!
Bro!
Are you mimicking me?
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Aurora and Ifo!
Huh? How come you're... I'm guessing Kanich is here because of...
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're...
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of it.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Come on,
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Fair point. Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought.
Why, you're all here, of course.
For vegetables.
Kuku. Huh?
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here. Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh
So, you guys are...
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult. It's his first time traveling so far away from home and...
Even though it's your first time too.
Right, but they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how...
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See, doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you.
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi guys, my name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore. So, what about Kakuku? If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
Aoife, there's nothing. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm... Anyway, suffice it to say, Kakuku...
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases.
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the...
Bro, you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little... So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess...
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him...
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku, so he didn't get...
Oh no, bro. Or rather... Did Kakuku get caught?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there.
That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku, I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here? Like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about, left, right...
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's...
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of...
All right! Everyone's an awesome-saurus! Well, but our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
Leave it to us.
You sure?
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you...
Wait, since...
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kakuku...
There you go. If he objects...
He won't. Trust me.
Nothing new there. What's all that commotion?
No way, bro!
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no. Bro!
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again. Oh, you know one another.
He's a friend! Yeah! A Saurian.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like, guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to...
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to... I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work. If I am not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nervalette before?
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Orin, please, feel free to share anything.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the sword?
Oh, wow! Oh, no!
I believe he said, or rather, I suppose he meant, that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro!
Let us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wriothesley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this gun's lost and found.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my...
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from? Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kukuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may...
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kukuku. Excited?
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
All right then, we'd better get going.
I know you mentioned a while back that people from Nadland would soon start showing up all over the world.
It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
You can say that again, bro!
The same might well be said for humankind. The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this...
Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got...
Sure thing, bro! Spin to win!
What's the situation? How bad is it? Oh no. When I saw that Kukuku wasn't...
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kukuku just... Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kukuku's fine.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring.
As for the bad news, Kukuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kukuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects...
What a shame.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.